me for shit. Did I hit the button? God damn it. I did hit the button. Okay, cool. Hello, welcome to In Ear Fetish. I'm Zeos Pantera, and this camera beeps too quietly. So, and you back me up against the wall. Basement Jacks, good luck. I'm in the bass playlist right now because I heard a inkling of that low end, of that bottom end, that back end, whatever, and I wanted to really exacerbate it. Like, I want to get smashed in the face by the low end. And this playlist will do that. So we've got an... Stop calling things Horizon. Can I just make a little rant? Because SJY Horizon, I'm sure wasn't the first audio product called the Horizon. But he did the SJY Horizon closeback. Moondrop came out with the Horizon fucking headphone. And now we've got the ZiiGaat Horizon and Horizon audio equipment Horizon. Please, if you know any other Horizons, in the comments, let me know. Well, anyway, I'm fucking done with that. The artwork is a blue lake with white peaked mountains and a starry sky. I'm kind of impressed. They've actually, they didn't have to explain that to me. That's just what it looks like, because you would see the horizon would be like mountains in the distance. Like, you know what I'm saying. This mouse pad comes around in the rotation, by the way. I just go next. And usually this mouse pad is reserved for bad things. Somehow it just conjures the bad. But this is a ZiiGaat. And if you've watched any of my other ZiiGaat reviews, you know that ZiiGaat has actually have two ZiiGaat IEMs to review. I'm not going to do them back to back. But they have a very weird thing going on where they don't have like low tier IEMs, then mid-range expensive IEMs, and expensive IEMs. It's all this clusterfuck within like $100 of each other. And these are no different. These are on Linsol $329, on Amazon $329. But wait, if you go and you look on Amazon, and I'll link this one if I can find it when I'm doing the thing, you can get these for $283 if you get them bundled with another cable. So you get a free, probably worse cable, honestly, but you save $68. I've seen deals like this before, because it's a $20 cable. You get a triple win Zony IM cable. See, so what? I don't know how that works, but fuck, I'll take $50 off, right? You'll take $50 off. Well, I'll take $50 off. So let's assume these are $283.98 and not the $329 that everyone's trying to charge for it. They are a single 10 millimeter biodynamic with two BAs with dual planar treble. And they brag that it can go up to 35,000 hertz. And technically, psychoacoustics exist. And technically, dogs might be able to hear 35,000 hertz or 32,000 hertz. Humans are 20 to 20. Really experienced younger people can hear like 22,000. Like dog whistles. My brother would hear a dog whistle. After the age of like 30, no one's hearing above fucking 17.5. Or probably lower than that. So talking about 35,000 hertz is like, oh, good. You can feel it in your soul. And maybe you can. I don't know. What these do have, though, low end. And kind of a unique sound. I'm not super in love with them. They're not like the greatest IEMs that have ever been. And I've been shuffling them around different amps all over my desk. They're almost impossible to use on this guy, which I really need to know the name of it because it's written fucking horribly, like it's some sort of like gibberish code on the top of it. I'm hitting pause, not play, because you go from there. This is on low gain. From there, that's too loud. If I want to die, I could take it to like 9 o'clock. Ooh. You know shit's gone wrong when I got to use Valencia with the preamp to be sensible amounts of power. So no Beatles. Billy Joel works though. They're not a very wide IEM. And keep looking at that wallpaper for no reason. They're not very wide. They're kind of focused and narrow, but they do this thing where it feels like all three sets of drivers, the planars, the BAs, and the dynamic, are all competing for your attention. In a good way. That's a good thing. It's like, hey, have you heard the dynamic? And then the bass kicks in. And they've got this incredible bass response, like big bass. And then the balanced armatures are obviously doing the mid-range, blending with the dynamic. And it's like vocal clarity is like right here. It's like, listen to my vocals. And then the treble comes in and it's like, listen to how 35,000 hertz might sound. But it's all like sort of in the middle. Don't take this the wrong way, but these kind of sound artificial. And I say don't take this the wrong way because anything different but not upsetting is a good thing. I do this too often. I do too many reviews. I've got too much shit. I get bored. If everything just sounded very clean and very natural and very clean and very natural and very clean and very natural, those are all great traits. But I'm fucking bored. So the Horizon coming out of nowhere being this weird tribrid 5 driver with big bass energy, big dick bass energy, and then like kind of like a narrow aggressive focus, but also sounding unnatural is kind of a good thing. I don't want every IEM to sound the same, and I want every headphone to sound the same. And even if you're weird, which this sounds weird, and I'm trying to describe it better than just like weird. It sounds like an artificial reconstruction of the music I'm listening to. I know Billy Joel, I know Lullaby, Goodbye, Goodnight, Live Play at Shea, because I was at that concert. I was at the last Play at Shea. So I've heard this live, you bastards, although I was in front of a giant, like 75-foot line array on one side, so I don't know how well I could judge a concert's sound quality if I'm not on stage with Billy Joel. But yeah, this doesn't sound like I'm at Shea Stadium. It sounds like I'm listening to a replay of it in front of a huge set of speakers. Right in front of me. Not out there, just here in a small room. Aggressively listening. Jason Donovan, Sealed with a Kiss from the Best of Soundtrack. The Best of Soundtrack. Let's come out of here. Let's go. I'm going to put Bass Plus on. Impact Plus, I mean, because I'm an idiot. Hold on. If it's not a bassy track, you don't notice that big fucking dynamic smashing you in the taint. So that's good. I don't like when bassy IEMs overstep their like zone. Fucking Jason this song here is not a clubbing song. It's not a bass test track, and I don't really notice the low end. But should I shuffle? Hannah Monogatari. Good aggressive piano. Good echo response. Despite not being very wide, I like to listen to the decay of echo in songs. That's another good way to tell if like you're getting all the detail. And this has very good, like I could hear things are happening and they play out in the natural state. Yet they're doing it in a very unnatural fucking like way. It's like I'm listening to 3 specific tunes stacked on top of each other. Maybe these are W tuned. Maybe it's rare, but V shaped is like bass boost, low mids, treble boost. This feels like bass boost, mid boost, treble boost. Everything is competing. I guarantee you these will be fatiguing after 2 hours. 2 hours of this will be like, you'll be sweating, and you're like, I'll let you know. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But again, it's not a bad sounding IEM. They sound good. I think price performance wise, they're probably priced about right. $250. I'd put these at $250. ZiiGaat put them as $250 because I do the price rating. Even though I know they're $320 and they're $268 when you buy them with a shitty wire. I don't hate these. There's nothing to hate about them. And ZiiGaat is just like I actually am super excited to review ZiiGaat stuff because their price difference is zero. Their cheap ones are like $180, and then there's like 8 models between $180 and $400. They just keep making fucking IEMs, and it's not a priced better or priced to be higher end. It's like, what if we had $400 and we did this? What if we had $350 and we did this and did this? And it's like they give everybody in the factory a goddamn say in what they should do with IEMs, and that's perfect. I wish other companies did that. I mean, like, I don't know if ZMF could pull that off. They probably could. Meze, maybe? Like, we have 10 new headphones. They're all the same fucking price. And they've all been designed by different people on the team, and they all have their own custom tunings. And you just pick the one you like. ZiiGaat is a gold standard of what audio should be. Mid-fi hell doesn't exist. It's made up. Because all of these are the same price. All their IEMs are the same price. Yet all their IEMs are very different. And you could have every single one of them and pick up a random bucket and just pull out a fucking set one day. And that would be the set you listen to that day. And it would have more mids or more soundstage or more bass than the one you could take out the other side of the fucking bucket. I enjoy the Horizons. I don't know if I'd going to go full long listening sessions, but just shuffling around my playlist, it's interesting to hear what they've done with it, how they've done the dynamic so aggressively, and yet it doesn't dick around when it's not needed. That's a wonderful little aspect of them. And as far as the wire and accessories go, like, it has the interchangeable head, but it is rather large. Like, this has been their ZiiGaat thing for a while, where, like, here's your 3.5, here's your 4.4. This is a big boy. This is a big boy. They could have made this a little smaller, but again, they're using the same wire, the same like black vinyl wire on everything, because it doesn't need to be better. Just give them the same good thing. It's good enough. This is certainly a good enough wire, and these are certainly pretty enough with the Horizon look. And I think their sound, I would honestly, it's hard to keep them straight in my head. There's been so many ZiiGaats, and I have another one on the shelf that I'm gonna have to get off at some point. But there's so many ZiiGaats that it's like, I would actually need to do a full spreadsheet and be like, well, this one, because they're all the same price point. So in my head, I'm still like consumer whore. Cheap obviously is cheap, and expensive obviously expensive. And I don't want that to be the thing. I want it to be like, no. This, irrelevant of how it sounds, relevant how much it costs, sounds like this. And if that's your sound, you fucking buy it. I really do like these. The rest of the case, well, it's got the big ZiiGaat case with the insert, which you can remove the little fuzzy. Oh God, this doesn't make me a furry. Pulling that, touching furry nipples does not make you a furry. Why is there a nipple there? Like, I get it, it's to wrap the wire around, but it's still like someone had to design the thing that makes that a thing. Tips: we've got just 2 foams. I don't know why they don't give you multiple foams. These are very fucking clear. You know, I gotta pop this up. I gotta see what's inside. I usually like to leave these closed because a lot of these end up in the yard sale, and I want people to get like the newest experience. But I gotta take a peek. Are these the sticky boys? Oh yeah, they real sticky boys. These are like made out of contact lens material. I like these a lot. I'm going to stop touching that one so you could put it in your ears when you buy this in the yard sale from the 1st to the 10th of every month. Check out the main channel for that video. And then this is just standard old tips. I could feel them just sliding around. So yeah, I think ZiiGaat, probably one of my, they've made one IEM that was kind of like, I wasn't sold completely on it. Like, it wasn't a stinker, but it wasn't my favorite. And I think it might have not been worth the price point. But at like $300 fucking dollars for this, I wouldn't give it a reco unless I thought it earned that spot. And I'm trying to think of like $200 IEMs or $150 IEMs that like give you this sound, and you won't find it. ZiiGaat is doing what I do when I do a collab. When I do a collab, it's I fill a gap. There was no headphones that were the bassiest headphones and advertised as that, so Eris came about. Defiant was me specifically tuning something irrelevant of the cost to sound expensive, because I know what I usually hear, what I hear expensive. So that was what Defiant was. So it's like a gap. Like Valencia here. There were no power amps for headphones. Now there are. And Horizon is just sitting there, or ZiiGaat's just sitting there going, no one's made an IEM that does this, and then does this, and then does this. And they're just filling in those gaps with all of their entire fucking process. And I'm probably going to give the same speech when I do the next one, which is over there on the table, which I forget the name of it. But yeah, so I'll link to all three of these. Amazon full price, Amazon with a deal, and then Linsol full price. Estimated time before it ships to you, 3 to 4 working days. Yeah, no, ZiiGaat's doing good stuff. I no doubt. # no doubt. So, I guess this mat has not conjured up any sort of negativity. But that's fine. Because we like good I like things I could recommend to be like, you know what? I think I've described this well enough. If I haven't, please yell at me in the comments. If you're interested in something like this, something that's like out of the box in the way it presents sound, its actual non-natural presentation is what steps it apart from everything else. If you've got nothing but natural stuff and you want to hear what an abnormal IEM that's still decent sounds like, this will be fine. Anyway, Patreon subscribe to support the channel. Wallpapers in the Wallpaper Horde, or you can use a little snippet of Imgur code to replace it on another Imgur. Go nuts. And I'll see you in the next one.